Face a pitcher for the first time. You know, you can get scouting reports, you can get all the information in the world, but until you get up there and see what those pitches do, he's going to have a little bit of an edge, I think. Now, I don't think he's a control pitcher. He doesn't walk many. He throws a lot of breaking stuff, and the Cardinals are giving him a lot of credit for being where they are right this moment. You know, we'll have to wait and see. Fregosi has a good left-hand hitting lineup in there tonight.
Both Milt Thompson and Jim Eisenreich are in the outfield, and of course Kruk, Dalton, and Dykstra. Back with the starting lineups right after these messages.
The Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals is being brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Carry us for life.
Game series between the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. They love their baseball here, and the Redbirds have the best record of the National League in this month of June. Phils with 4 games here, losing the first one last night. Would love to come out of here with a split, and they'll look for Ben Rivera to have a good outing here tonight against the running Redbirds. Channel Ben has been strong in his last couple of starts. He'll come in 7-3 with a 3.72 ERA. And tomorrow the Phillies will be going with Tommy Green, and then on Thursday it'll be Kirk Schilling. St. Louis Cardinals own the best record in the league in this month of June. They are 19-6 in the month of June. San Francisco 18-8, and the Phillies aren't all that bad at 17-9, but not compared to the 19-6. St. Louis Cardinals taking the field behind Rene Arocha. Phillies lineup tonight for Jim Fregosi will have Lenny Dykstra center from Rivera. They are facing the 27-year-old Cuban Rene Arocha.
Yeah, and the
shortstop, Luis Alicea at second, and Greg Jeffries at first. Eric strikes Eric Gregg at first base. Jeff Kellogg at second, and Jerry Davis will umpire at third. Mike and Joanne Poland watching back in the Delaware Valley.
And their best along to John Gibson, who's recuperating in Graduate Hospital. Also John's birthday today.
Milt Thompson is aboard with a walk, and the Phillies have 2 men on base, nobody out for John Kruk. Krucker hitting .343. He's 4th in the league in hitting, leads the league in on-base percentage. Leads the league in walks, 3rd in the league in runs scored. 75th birthday wishes to Alma Downs, Pennsauken, New Jersey, watching the ball game tonight.
A silver wedding anniversary, Lyndon David Lutz in Ardmore.
Fouled out of play, 1 strike to Kruk.
Wilmer Beanie Mills in Gibbstown, New Jersey. 80 today. Kruk will try to pull the ball.
He hits the ball sharply on the ground. Jeffries throws to Ozzie Smith for the force at second. No chance for a relay. Dykstra moves to third. Kruk at first on a fielder's choice, and it will bring up Dave Hollins.
Kruk did pull the ball, hit the ball sharply, but right at Jeffries. Jeffries did not give Ozzie Smith a very good throw. Ozzie, all he could get was the force. Dave Hollins with a chance to do some damage.
Hollins hitting .283. He's hitting 100 points higher right-handed than left. .340 right-handed, .240 left-handed. Cardinals keep the infield at double play depth. On the outside corner, 1 strike to Hollins. One ball and 1 strike.
Way.
Slider missed. 3 balls and a strike. Dutch Dalton is third in the league and runs batted in. Big RBI chance here. Bases loaded with Phils with 1 out. No strikes. Eric Pappas will go out and converse with Rene Arocha.
Mike Huey celebrating a birthday today in Lakewood, New Jersey, and Shirley and Dean Free here from Likens, Pennsylvania. Elisea has to be the interpreter there.
Elisea from Puerto Rico, although he went to Florida State University. Line drive to right field. It is speared by Whitten. Here comes Dykstra. The throw. Lenny's safe at home plate. Pappas put up a roadblock. Torrey's going to argue that Dykstra never got his hand in. Pappas really had that plate blocked. Give Dalton a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. Whitten has a great arm in right field.
He made a great play to catch the ball and then get up and fire. He just has a rifle on his arm, and he made almost a perfect throw. And I'm not sure Dykstra got his arm in there. It wasn't. Pappas had the plate pretty well blocked.
He had it blocked all right.
Watch, will get a run batted in. 60th.
Well, the Phillies are on the board, leading 1-0, and it'll bring on Jim Eisenreich. Eisenreich hitting at .351. One ball and no strikes. A little bit wide. It's 2-0. Foul out of play. 2 balls and a strike.
Rusty Giles here from Wilmington, Delaware. Wanted to say hi to his son watching the game. Lee Schaefer Sr. from Philadelphia here.
Three balls and a strike to Eisenreich. Rocha has really struggled with his control here in the first inning. Bouncing ball to Elisea. Retire the side. The Phillies score a run in the inning on 1 hit. There was 1 Cardinal error, 2 men left. After 1/2, Phillies won. St. Louis coming to bat. Base hits third. Todd Zeal, the third baseman, batting fourth. Mark
.72, almost 7 strikeouts per 9 innings, and close to 5 walks per 9 innings. Probably pitched his best game his last time out against Atlanta.
Defensively behind Big Ben, it'll be Dave Hollins at third base, Mariano Duncan shortstop, Mickey Morandini at second, John Kruk at first. Behind batting at .309. Elisea talking to Rene Arocha between innings. Rocha defected from Cuba in '91. Was a lottery pick. Several teams had a chance to sign him. St. Louis won the lottery. One strike to Gilkey.
Veronica Lauer in Clementon celebrating her 72nd.
Ball of a strike to Bernard Gilkey. On the outside corner.
It's that good curveball of Ben's. When he gets that over, he's a rough customer.
Foul back the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Steve Hess here from Westchester, along with Vince Kelly in Allentown.
Bounces the curveball up there. 2-2. Into left field for a hit. Well, Gilkey is a leadoff base runner. That'll bring up Ozzie Smith. Smith hitting at .275. He's been a better hitter this year right-handed than left. .342 right-handed, .247 left-handed. Pretty good size lead by Gilkey, and Ozzie bounces a foul down the first base side. Cardinals have been known over the years as the running Redbirds, although this year they are behind 3 clubs in the stolen base department: Montreal, Colorado, and Cincinnati. They led the league in steals last year in St. Louis. Ball and 1 strike. By Thompson, but he recovers. Gilkey will hold at second. And St. Louis has their first 2 men on base and nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Rivera's made some pretty good pitches in these 2 at-bats, but pitches down there are out there on the outside corner, and Ozzie lined it over third.
Brings on Greg Jeffries. He's the 6th leading hitter in the league, batting at .330. He has an 11-game hitting streak coming into this game, batting .417 in the last 11. Bouncing up there for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Rivera hasn't pitched all that much against St. Louis. He does have good numbers against them lifetime. In 18 innings, he's 1-0 with a 1.50 ERA. But he is in trouble here in the first. Low with it, 2-0. Strikes. Johnny Padres, Phillies pitching coach. Saw this happen last night. Danny Jackson had a rough first inning. First 4 Cardinals reached base. And he settled down. Walked him on 4 pitches. That will load the bases with Redbirds. Nobody out for Todd Zeile. Padres will make a trip to the mound.
Dolly and Don Buchanan here from Essington, PA. Ben's in a lot of first inning trouble here, and here's where you have to try to cut your losses. Get an out. Keep the Cardinals away from a big inning. That's, of course, what Rivera wants to do.
Todd Zeile is hitting at .244. 1 homer. He's knocked in 31.
This is a replay of last night.
Right over for a called strike. 0-1. This is with a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got that curveball over on the outside corner. 1-2.
Whoa.
Strike 3 called, struck him out. Fastball on the inside corner. Zeile is called out on strikes, and that's 1 big out here in the first.
Obviously, Zeile didn't like it, but it looked like a pretty good pitch.
I need to appear.
Strike. Good curveball, no balls and 2 strikes to Whip.
Getting the call, you don't want to take that pitch.
Beats the breaking ball, foul, still 1-2. Tied at 2 here in the second inning.
Coming inside.
Too far inside, 2-2.
It's a big pitch here for Arosha. He does not want to go 3-2. Get the runners moving. Be committed to the strike zone. Pappas gave him a late signal there, and it looked like Arosha stepped off. He wasn't quite sure.
Struck him out to retire the side. Bills get an unearned run, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 3 men left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's tied at 2. Fielders who started the '63 All-Star game. Darren Dalton leads it off. Dutch line to sacrifice fly to right, his first time up, knocking in his 60th run of the year. Tied at 2 here in the third. 1 strike to Dalton. Just inside, it's 1-1. Arosha in his first year of professional ball last year in Louisville was 12-7. He tied for the league lead in wins in the American Association. He's third in the league in ERA with 2.70. Hit to center field fairly deep, but there's all kinds of room in this center field. Snared by Brian Jordan. One down.
Looks like he wants Duncan to pull the ball. Duncan does like the ball out away from him, especially with a runner on. He'll just go to the opposite field, and he does have that hole between first and second. But he's getting pitched inside.
A high chop to the Wizard. Only one play for Ozzie Smith. He throws out Duncan on the play. Eisenreich moves to second. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Mariano Duncan.
Which one do you like best?
A little film noir bravado. Colorful, but tiresome. I don't think she's going to tell us anything without a little persuasion.
I think they give Mickey much to swing at.
Bouncing up there, blocked nicely by Pappas. 1 ball and 1 strike. Morandini hitting over 300 this month. Has a 6-game hitting streak, hitting .409 in the last 6. Outside, 2-1. Ground ball to Jeffries. Jeffries to Arocha covering in time to get Morandini, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. We're tied at 2-2.
You do?
This game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beer. Reminds you, friends know when to say when. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now and have your pizza by the 6th inning. Bottom of the 3rd, we're tied at 2-2. Bernard.
Where's my chalice? Get to start.
Jeffries, a good 3-hole hitter, leads them in RBIs with 42. They had been using Ray Langford there, who has some sock.
Threw that fastball by Whitten, who was evidently looking for a curve. Might get his curve here. Nope.
Struck him out with a fastball to retire the side. 4th strikeout for Rivera. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Chris Wheeler joins Rich Ashburn in the 4th. After 3, we're tied at 2-2.
Day. That's Sunday, July 11th, 1:35 game against the Giants.
Kind of held it down, though, and it's a beautiful day here in St. Louis. And not much of a threat of rain tonight, so a lot more people are out here.
It's going to rain at 10, Wheels.
All right.
Ball and a strike on Dykstra. 2-1.
Where'd you get that forecast?
You smell it. You big city boys don't have a feel for these things.
You can smell the rain coming and tell how long.
Oh, sure, almost, yeah.
All right.
Ozzie got him by a step. 2 outs here in the 4th. The batter will be Milt Thompson, who has walked and singled.
That's a good play.
People do. Missed outside.
Rochas tried to sink his fastball out to the left-handed batters, used a curve and slider.
Fouled away. Rocha's thrown a lot of pitches, and he's been in a lot of trouble. Trouble in all the first 3 innings. Phillies loaded the bases twice. Fouled away again. Way high.
Well, it's Fergosi's attempt to try and get some more offense tonight, get as many left-handed hitters in the lineup as he can against a right-hander.
Right at Ozzie. He's going to make all three of them. And the Phillies go down in order. Cardinals batting in the home fourth. We're tied 2-2.
Well, this year, you check out the Phillies bench there.
One down, bottom of the fourth. We're tied 2-2. Alexei having a good year, hitting .319. Struck him out for the second time. That's the fifth strikeout for Jordan.
Rivera.
Or for Rivera. Who's Jordan, the batter, the previous batter, I guess.
You know, as I mentioned, Whitey, he found his curveball in the first inning, and that, of course, has made his fastball real good because Ben has an above-average fastball. And when he has his curveball and it's in a hitter's mind that he can throw it for a strike, he starts picking up strikeouts the way he is now.
Eric Pappas, the batter, popped out his first time up. Change up a little high, ball one to Pappas. He's sitting at .330. Just missed again. 2-0 the count.
Pappas was a former #1 pick by the California Angels. At one time, a very highly thought of player.
Ball three. Doesn't want to walk Pappas. Pitcher coming up next. He'd like to get him out and then have the pitcher lead off the next inning. There's a strike.
Especially a pitcher like Arocha, who's not a very good offensive player at all.
Hit high in the air. Milt Thompson coming in. Milt has called Duncan off, and that'll retire the side. As the Cardinals go down in order. At the end of four, we're tied 2-2.
Away from Arocha's pitch, and now he finally gets something he can handle. Down and away from him. Jordan can't get to it. The Cardinals don't handle this ball very well off the wall. Watch what happens. Jordan gets in too close. That allows Dalton to score and Eisenreich to get a triple out of what should have been a double.
That's going to be all for Arocha as Les Lancaster comes in. Pitches for Arocha. That's a lot. A pitching change for the Cardinals. Phillies lead at 4-2. We'll be back in a moment. Hitting at .332. And the Phillies bullpen is starting to work.
Mauser and Davis.
Right down Broadway. Strike one on Jeffries.
Obviously, he was not thinking first ball, fastball, thank goodness.
Once in a while, he'll chase out of the strike zone.
You got to get ahead of him, though.
He's an anxious hitter. Most good hitters are anxious. Just missed. Ball and a strike on Jeffries. Infield at double play depth. High bouncer. Gonna have to hustle. Got him. Woo, close play. Nice play by Mariano Duncan to get Jeffries. The runners move up.
Phillies have had trouble
here. Phillies lead at 4-2, bottom of the fifth. Like Ben will work out of the windup. Ball one to Zeal. Zeal hitting .246. Just with a curveball, 2-0. There is a base open, but I don't think he wants to pitch around Zeal.
No, he has Whitten on deck, who he struck out twice, but you think he'd want to go after the right-handed batter here. There's Whitten, a switch hitter. Now he has to be a little careful, though.
He got the outside corner.
That's a perfect pitch. It was a fastball in the outside corner, and not much Zeal could do with that.
2-1 on Zeal. Just outside there. 3-1 the count. Sometimes you have to say, here, hit it. Challenge it. You know, you don't have to make a perfect pitch on every hitter. Sometimes they pop them up. That ball is hit. That ball is out of here. Whoa! 3-run homer by Todd Zeal, only his second homer of the year. Cardinals go ahead 5-4. Unbelievable. He hit a ball. That ball was up. Fastball. He tomahawked it.
Well, he got in trouble by getting behind Zeal and then tried to get him out with a fastball. He's a high ball hitter and not a power hitter, that's for sure this year. High ball up where he likes it. That's a good pitch for Todd Zeal to drive, and he hit it out of the ballpark. So he challenged him and got hurt.
Whitten the batter. Ball one to Whitten. He has been up twice, struck out twice. They've been booing Zeal here. Now they're trying to get him to come out for a bow, which he did. Orandini, good play. Now to retire the side, but a damage. 3 runs, 2 hits, nobody left on at the end of 5 full innings. Cardinals lead 5-4.
In the 6th inning when they scored 6 times, and the Cardinals have helped them along with 4 errors. And there's your line score.
But he does once again lead the Phillies in tan. There he is.
That's excellent.
Running his consecutive streak of leading the club with suntan to, how long has he been with the club?
That's how many years he's led it.
20-some years. Tim McCarver took a run at him 1 year, but it was really not.
No,
it was pretty well over by June.
It was over, and Timmy did a lot of peeling and burning that year. You know. Just wasn't
Fever
the same as
blisters on his lips.
Yeah, he hurt all over.
Walked him. 2 straight walks.
Well,
that's up by Mark Davis, and that's got to drive a pitching coach and a manager nuts with a 12-5 lead.
Because the Cardinals aren't a team, you know, that hit you with big innings necessarily, because they need help. They need walks, and you know, they'll get their singles and doubles as Irish Mike gets on the phone down there to get somebody else up. You start walking people, and then they become a problem. There is Fergosi, who's very upset, and he's also got to be hot in that jacket.
Yeah, but that's in the hole. A base hit to left field, juggled by Thompson, but the runners hold. And St. Louis has the bases loaded, nobody out.
Never feel comfortable in this ballpark. Cardinals have given the Phillies fits here the last few years.
Brings on Todd Zeal, who has struck out, singled, and slugged a 3-run home run that gave the Cardinals the lead in the 5th, but then the Phillies came back with a 6th spot in the 6th.
The Cardinals so far behind, even though Thompson fumbled that, Bucky Dent had the runner third base. Gilkey held all the way.
This has been a wild one here at Busch Stadium. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Ground ball to short. That might be a double play, and is. Coming in to score is Gilkey. The Phillies get 2 outs on the ground ball. It's now 12-6. Outs at third base is Ozzie Smith. Phillies lead it 12-6. Listen. It's right there for a strike. Walking. Third walk in the inning, given up by Mark Davis. Here comes Jim Fregosi.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Close to a full moon.
If we stay here much longer, it will be.
Now let's Barry. Ozzie. 1-1 the count to Ozzie Smith.
Remember it.
I think he might come in as a part of a double switch here.
Yep.
1-2. No pitch. Ball to Morandini. He'll get the out at second. No chance for a double play. Coming in to score is Alicea. And it's a 12-7 game. Give Ozzie Smith a run batted in. Taps a foul down the third base side. Right field, right at Eisenreich. That'll end the inning. St. Louis scores a run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. We go to the 9th. Phillies lead it 12-7.
Even the most grueling conditions.
The Phillies try to feast on the East when they shuffle the cards Tuesday, July 27th and Wednesday, July 28th at 7:35. And Thursday, July 29th, 12:35 for a business person special. Then the Pirates walk the plank Friday, July 30th at 7:35. Saturday, July 31st at 7:05. And Nostalgia Day Sunday, August 1st at 1:35 when everyone gets a free poster. Call 463-1000.
3 saves, a 2.20 ERA. 41 strikeouts in 45 innings. Well, that ball is off the base of the fence. Thompson will score. Kruk rolls into second with a double, and the Phillies now lead it 13-7. Hit number 3 for the Krucker, who appears to have that stroke back.
Big offensive night for the Phillies at a time when they really needed it. Phillies have a
double. 3 runs batted in. Center field. Jordan there. Puts it away. That'll retire the side. The Phillies get 1 run of the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and lead 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Phillies lead 13-7.
Four-game series in St. Louis was a split right down the middle. But today, those plans went out the window as the Cards shellacked the Phils 14-5. Curt Schilling, the pitcher of note today. St. Louis already led it 4-0 in the bottom of the first when Tom Pagnozzi brought home the Cards' 5th run. Then with the Phils trailing 8-0 in the bottom of the third, Greg Jeffries, who has been on fire lately, scores another. Jeffries 3 for 3 at the plate today. Jim Fregosi pulling Schilling in the bottom of the third. Not a good outing for him at all. More on Schill in just a moment. Tom Pagnozzi brought home the Cards' 14th and final run with a shot to left there off of Mark Davis. 14-5. Cardinals win it today. They are now just 5.5 games back. Now, as for starter Curt in the NBA, that, of course, 7-7 center Manute Bol. But this evening, they now have a matching bookend. You see, last night in Auburn Hills, Michigan, the Sixers used the second pick in the first round to take 7'6" center Sean Bradley from BYU. And at a noon press conference in Southwest Philadelphia today, he addressed his issue of weight.
The biggest thing that I need to do is gain strength right now. You know, I weigh 245, 250. I know that if I gain strength, the weight will be there as well as strength increases. And so that's what we're working on now, is the strength. But more importantly than that, the endurance.
He's the number 2 pick in the draft, and anytime you pick that high, you pick a guy that's that unique, that has the athletic ability, and you is able to do some of the things that he does on the floor at 7'6". I think it can do nothing but get you excited. So, from that point of it, you know, I'm getting excited about it, and you know, it's early July, so I'm looking forward to playing with him.
I must tell you.
So invincible. The first place Phillies dropped 3 of 4 to second place St. Louis. Their lead in the East is down to 5.5 games after the 14-5 drubbing that saw Todd Zeile and Luis Alicea knock in 2 runs in a 5-run first inning. Brian Jordan jammed a grand slam in the Redbirds' 7-run third. Greg Jeffries extended his hit streak to 14 games with a 3-for-4 and 3-run scored effort. Montreal's won 6 of 8, including 3 straight over Pittsburgh. Tim Laker was a mover and a shaker with a bases-loaded double in the Expos' 6-run third inning. Larry Walker went 3-for-4 with 3 RBIs and a pair of runs scored.
Headline Sports. Finally, Pete Sampras.
Pete Sampras was the All-American boy on the 4th of July at Wimbledon. Sampras beat Jim Courier 7-6, 7-6, 3-6, and 6-3 to win his first Wimbledon singles title and take the second Grand Slam of his career.
Title, and he brought in the full arsenal. 22 aces, some of them reaching 123 miles per hour. Sampras lost only 8 points on serve in the first set. Sampras, in fact, got 62% of his serves in.